Hello guys, welcome to Jungle Forum. So today we will talk about the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, that is the ICCR. It's otherwise called as Admission to Alumni A2A. So here, if you observe, this is the login page or the home page for the Indian Scholarship. If you observe, these are the instructions. You just have to click it because currently, right now, we are just connected to their website. So here you have the guidelines or the instructions for filling the application as a candidate. So you have a passport size photo photograph, which is not more than or shouldn't be more than 3.5 by 4.5 centimeter, and it should not exceed 25 kilobytes. Yeah, that is the size of the profile picture you will passport size photo you will upload in their portal. So later on I will show you how to create an account and login details, whereas you just have to So here the photograph should be white background and without spectacles. So it means you shouldn't have any background other than white. So your background of the photo should be white and you shouldn't wear any spectacles, because for recognition, and they have to compare it with your other documents like your passport or your national identity card. So here you should have a copy of all academic qualifications. You have certificates and marksheet. So the marksheet is otherwise called a transcript. So in India they call marksheet as transcript in most cases. So you have to take note of that. Yeah. So here a certificate of physical fitness in the prescribed form. So the prescribed form is just already in the portal. In their website. So maybe we just have to, if you observe, this is the physical fitness form. Later on I will take you through to the physical fitness form to show you how to fill it here. So recommendation or character certificates from existing school or university. You should have a recommendation letter from your university or from the schools you've attended prior to this application. And copy of relevant pages of candidates' valid passport showing photograph, your name, and if you observe date of issue, date of expiry, and place of issue. So all this information should be indicated and is in the application, on the online application per se. At the time of uploading required documents, kindly ensure that all documents uploaded correctly in the module. Example, like what it says here, if you're uploading a document, you have portion whereas, it indicates like certificate of physical fitness. So if you mistakenly upload like your passport photo there or your transcript, it doesn't work. It can even, retard your application process. So here, original documents must be carried by the applicant if admitted for verification by the concerned university. So in this case, if you're accepted for this scholarship program, it means you just have to take your documents, your original documents along, because they have to compare to the one you've uploaded online. Take note, whatever document you upload, they will keep it for record. They will download those documents, and whenever you are selected, upon your arrival to the university, if you selected, they will compare them. Take note of that. They will compare, and if there is anything that is a variance or a difference to the ones you submitted, take note, there might be consequences, and it may lead for you to be, for your scholarship to be terminated. So be very precise when it comes to documentation, and you have to take it vigilantly. In case of engineering courses, you must have physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So if you're doing engineering courses, you have to have physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Yeah, because it's going to be deep mathematics, and you need some kind of background in order for your education to be kind of smooth. Yeah, in most cases. And candidates are required that they may apply on portal. So here, this is the website, but I will show you the portal. The portal is inside the website. And the compulsory of details, you have personal and academic details. They are compulsory. Take note, there is an asterisk in every section, whereas a red thing, I will show you. The red thing, it means you cannot exceed it. And these are the most compulsory things in most cases. They just provide the three. You have your age proof. You have your passport number. That's like your passport number. For instance, if you're coming from like Gambia per se, our passport number starts with PC. So you just have to write PC. It should be in capital though. Write it as the way it is written on your passport. And you have age proof, you have birth certificate, any unique identity issued by your government. So the national identity of which was issued to you by your government, you have to provide it too. It doesn't necessarily mean you have a passport, you shouldn't provide your national identity. You have to provide your national identity and you have to provide your passport as well. It's important. But if you don't have if you don't have a birth certificate, you can provide your birth certificate. You have to scan it in a PDF format, and just upload it. You have the synopsis, your details. In case of a PhD candidate, you have to provide this, like your programs, what are your course framework, what are the things you're gonna do and other stuff, because that's where they will determine your eligibility or sort of things like that. So here it says ensure that certified copy of documents showing specific qualification required for the course of your choice, such as GMAT, scores for admission in MBA, TOEFL, you have IELTS, you have IELTS scores for English courses, etc. Also, attach the required documents can be checked from the university or institution or university website. Exactly. So what it means here, if you are applying for a school which requires for you to submit either GMAT score, or TOEFL score, or IELTS score for admission like Masters in Business Administration, you have to check the university. You have to check their requirements. If they need such and you don't have, it means you have to switch your option or the list of university you selected. Be very cautious of that. An original documents or certificate must be carried by the applicant. It is written in bold because it's very important for verification by the university. I've said it earlier, so take note. Your documents is very important. The documents you uploaded on the portal has to reflect to the documents you have at hand or the available one. So be very, very, very careful of that. And it says please check that all columns or modules are properly filled up before for submission of the application or the applicant. For onwards processing as any incomplete application will not be considered. So when I was applying for this scholarship, it took me literally 5 good years. I applied for it because it was difficult. One thing I understand, sometimes you think what you're doing is correct, but in most cases it's just it may hinder your application process. So be very vigilant, be very, very careful, because these people, they don't have time to check if this is correct or not. So fill the application as precisely as it has to be. And here you have the cities brief. The cities brief is the list of cities your universities are located. As you can see, these are the list of the cities. You can just check them out if you have time. I will provide the link for this scholarship link later in my description button on my YouTube channel. So here you have universities. You have University of Eminence, you have other things like Arts and Buddhist Studies. So if you're looking for university, you just have to click. If you observe, it has opened another page on my browser, whereas it provides the list of universities. These are the list of the universities. If you see, you have serial number, you have region, and you have name of university or institute and their status. It's either state university or a central university. If you check, this is the National Forensic Sciences University. It is a state university, and second is at Ahmedabad. That's where it's located. So literally all these 10 universities are located in this region. And here, University of Mysore, it's a state university and it's a very good university too. So it's located at Bangalore. So it's like this is 5 universities. So and the list goes on. These are the list of the universities. I will provide them in my description button. Maybe you check them out before proceeding to your application. So we'll go back to the website. So here you have the guidelines. Here's the main thing here. I will click this thing. You will see the guidelines before filling application form. So since I am on the website, so sometimes it takes time to load because of the website is heavy and there's so much applications in most cases for every I can say. So these are the policy guidelines and instruction which is administered by the ICCR. And applicants for opted 5 university institute in preferential order has to be applied through A2A. So here you have 5 universities to apply. For example, if you're choosing a program called like a computer science student, first university you can use computer science as your first stream. Then your second stream can be like computer networking or some software development and other stuff. So here it is referring you to apply through the online portal, which is a2ascholarships.iccr.gov. I'll provide this in my description button later in my video. Yeah. Applications should not be accepted physically in missions. So you shouldn't apply physically in person. It is not allowed. If you're to apply, you have to apply online. You don't need to go to the embassy and apply there, no, or to ICCR. Apply online, they will access your documents. If you're accepted, a nearby embassy or an embassy which is accredited to your home country will contact you. They will send you a message or they will WhatsApp you. I will give you an instance. When I was applying for the scholarship, I applied through online, and when I was shortlisted, I was sent an email that I have to answer some questions, which I did, and later on they have to reply to me. It took like literally 2 or 3 months. Then they sent me an email that my application has been accepted and I am awarded the scholarship, and with a provision of the link where I can access, and it take me to my my acceptance letter and the provisional letter. They have what we call a provisional letter. That letter, it means if you meet all their requirements and report to them, there's no problem. But if you don't, they will cancel the scholarship. Yeah, applicants will not be accepted locally in India. So take note, applicants should be complete in every detail to avoid rejection of the same by the A2A portal that they admit on to alumni. In case of documents which is available other than English language, you have to translate them. If not, it will be rejected. So that's what it means here, translated. So here, applicants apply for masters in philosophy or doctoral or postdoctoral courses should submit a synopsis, like just a form of like a course curriculum or a framework of your program. You have to provide it. If not, it's a problem. Applicant wishing to pursue performing arts should upload latest video or audio link, YouTube link for their performance. If you're applying for arts, you have to provide your competency and your talent of why you're choosing an arts course. Provided, if you have a link for that, you just have to click. There is a portion below in the application where you just have to put the link. They will access it if there is no restriction to the YouTube link or to that link. Take note. Students who are already pursuing undergraduate and postgraduate courses in India and intend to pursue further studies and apply for masters in philosophy or PhD courses will have to apply fresh to this. So you don't need to, like, if you applied previously for the past years and you want to apply for this year, you don't necessarily have to use the same account you used before. In most cases, the website recognizes email, so take note. The email you used last year, in most cases, every website will tell you already have an account. If you have an account, in most cases, the website or their database normally overrides it. So I advise you to apply by creating a fresh one and begin to your process. ICCR scholarships are meant for admissions only in the Indian state or central state affiliated, or colleges which are affiliated or recognized by the Indian State Council and central universities. And if you observe from the list on the portal, I provided the list is here. These are the universities. These are the list of the universities. If you observe here, these are the universities. So here, universities you may choose which is out of these accredited or affiliated universities, your application will not be accepted. Yeah, so take note. This is a business, so they have partners with the universities and they know the students who are participating for the ICCR Scholarship and been admitted to this university. So take note of that. And here it says ICCR does not offer scholarship for admission in private colleges. Take note, or universities. The universities which are provided in this link, they are public or state universities. Take note. They are public or state university. And public is otherwise central, and you have state university. So take note. If you apply for a university which is a private university, they will not fund it because it's expensive to pay such kind of tuition fees or educational programs in other countries, especially India. So in India, university, in order to pursue study in engineering, science streams, students will have studied mathematics. It is being cited in physics and chemistry in high school. So in biology-based science subjects, students will have studied biology, physics and chemistry in high schools. I think this is clear. I don't need to explain this much. If you have a background of this and you want to study science field, yeah, so you just have to have physics, mathematics and chemistry. For instance, if you are applying for computer science, you should have 3 among these ones. So take note, in biology you just have physics, so it's important. Yeah, so this is the list of such selection of subjects and courses, and yeah, I will provide a link for this this information. You just take through to it and see. Yeah, and I advise you to before you apply, you just have to take your time and read everything correctly. From there, yeah, I hope it will play a very important role in your application process, because like I said previously, these people don't have time to read everything, or things which are not correct and you expect them to rectify it. So yeah, this is the pre-departure formalities. Students will book the ticket up to the airport nearest to the place of universities. Yeah, so here in this case, if you book or provide a ticket or buy a ticket for yourself, they will just refund it to you. In most cases, if you tell them your departure, they will book the ticket for you, and yeah, then they will be sending to your email address. From there, you upload it to the portal. If you observe, since we are in the world of COVID-19 now, a PCR test is required. It's required for applicants who are entering in India. In more countries, they have like 72 hours prior to departure. The others have 42 hours prior to departures. You have 3 days and 2 days. So I think India has something like 72 hours prior to departure. You have to have your COVID test. It has to be negative, take note. Yeah, and you see quarantines requirements and follow the same to avoid any complications. So upon arrival, you have to quarantine. I don't know if maybe I have to check on that and see what is the quarantine time for one to be in India. So in other countries it's like 2 weeks, 1 week. Yeah, so here if you observe, students will carry a yellow fever vaccination certificate. This is very important. They made it even clear, yellow fever vaccination certificate. You have to visit your hospital and tell them you need a certificate of this. They will provide. In fact, you have to conduct a test prior to having this. Yeah, so students are advised to carry with themselves 700 USD, which is equivalent to 50,000 rupees, to meet immediate expenses. So what they meant here is you have to carry at least $500 or $700, because it takes time for your stipend to be sent to your account. If you observe, is that's 14 days from arrival, and cities are different and people are different when it comes to this survey. So it's important to take $500, $700, $600. Yeah, if you can, that's fine. But you have to take. So if you can take an amount up to this one, or optimum to this, yeah, you're good to go. Yeah, that's not a problem. So we'll go back to the website and check the guidelines for the physical format. Yeah, this is the physical format, whereas it's called a medical certificate. So here you see, to be filled by a registered medical practitioner and the applicant's country of domicile, your country of residence. Yeah, this is the name of the applicant, your name, the person who is applying. If your gender is M, that's for male, or F for female, please write M, or male if you want. Your marital status, single or married, or widowed, or divorced, or whatever, provided. Age, you just have to write it. And your blood group, if your blood group something like O, or this is a B, or whatsoever, kindly write it. And your nationality, if you're Gambian or somebody from Ghana or from Nigeria, kindly write it. And this is your address. Take note, your address is very important. Whenever you write an application, your address in most cases has to correspond to the one which is on your passport or your national identity. So take note of that. The city, for example, if you're from like Ghana, they have different cities. If you're from Accra or other cities, just have to write city, your city, which is like the one you're residing at, and your country, your telephone number, and provide your email address which you use so effectively. So these are the details. Yeah, so history of any known illness. If you have no illness, you just have to write, just tick no, and if yes, on regular treatment, no. Yeah, so if yes, you just have to do this. If yes, no regular treatment, then you just have to take. So take note of that. This is a kidney. This is chronic renal failure. Yes or no? If it is no, you just provide no here. So these are just formalities you have to go through. And upon completion of the form, your medical practice owner have to stamp this. It has to be stamped to authenticate it. It's very important. You just cannot fill it in like that. You have to stamp it. Yeah, it's very important. From there, you scan it as PDF and upload it to the portal. So here, this is the physical examination. Your height, your weight, your chest, head, nose, lungs, eyes, pharynx. You have heart, ears, neck. You have rhexis. These things your medical officer knows them very well. So yeah, he or she will help you with these things. And here you have medical examination, routine blood including fasting and blood pressure, that is PP, urine test and chest x-ray and any other test as deemed fit by the medical practitioner to rule out any chronic disease. If necessary, yeah, you can attach another supplement of a medical certificate. In my opinion, the applicant's health and physical conditions in general are, if your health condition is excellent, he will just tick this correct. Okay. From here, I certify that the applicant is up to date on routine vaccination, including among other MMR, DPT, this and that. You just have to, he or she just, if you or he, it will strike, the person will strike to he. You just catch he has no physical condition or ailment, a small which will hinder him from pursuing a course of in there. Or otherwise, the person can just write this here, like this, he or she. The same thing applies here, And if answers to 4, 5, and 6 above are positive, please give details in the remarks column. So, yeah, it means if you're sick, you just have to give a detail in the remark column. Yeah, so this is the remarks column. Have to write here something here. Yeah, so it means if you're okay, then the person should write, your study will not be objected based on your health condition, understand? And he or she will write, he will write her signature or sign and address. And from there, as a protective measure, this plan interested in India are strongly advised to get vaccination against typhoid, cholera before coming to India. So India in most cases is being affected by such ailments. So if you can have like vaccination or protective measure before, that is fine. And if you have a yellow fever test too, is important. So yeah, we go back to the YouTube link. To the website, and yeah, these are the travel guidelines. I will provide them in my YouTube channel. Maybe if you have time, you just check them before applying. And here, this is the financial terms. If you visit the website, all these things are there. These are the financial terms. If you observe, this is undergraduate, postgraduate, and this is the MPhil or the PhD. You have the post fellow. So this is housing rent per month in grade 1 cities and in other cities. So cities is different in the way they charge their house rent allowances. So take note. And this is the continuing grant per annum per year. And fees and dissertation expenses once in entire duration of course. So the payment is once and for all. Nothing like a consecutive payment. So take note of that. And this part is very important. Medical insurance policy has to be procured by students with minimum sum of 500,000 Indian rupees per annum. So yeah. So take note of that. We'll go back to the website and I think we've just talked about the financial terms. So here we will just talk about the registration process. So if you observe here, there's 2 buttons. You have applicant registration, you have alumni registration. If you are applying for the scholarship, you fall under applicant registration. You just have to click it. If you observe here, this is the student registration portal. Here, if you check, this is your area where you just have to select, If you're an applicant who is going for UG, that is the undergraduate, just have to click it. And your nationality, these are the list of the nationalities. If you fall from, like, if you're somebody who's from, let's assume you're from Ghana or Australia or Bahrain or whatsoever, or Argentina or Angola or Algeria, just have to indicate. And take note, this is very important. So take note, whenever you see a red thing like this, it means you have to enter it, which is compulsory. So here, this is your full name portion. Write your full name, your first name and your last name, and write your gender. If you're male, just choose male, and your date of birth. And this is your date of birth. Yeah, that's the month and the year. So here is very important. If you observe here, you find it difficult. There's no option like to put something here. The only thing you can do is to press the second function on your keyboard and the plus sign. Like for example, if I am choosing like 223, so 223, this is the country code for 223. I think that is Mali, something, or Guinea, I don't know. Or if you're choosing like Gambia, so it provides Gambia. If you're choosing like 224, it provides this, and 225, something like that. And if you provide let's say 221, this is Senegal. So, and here you have to indicate your passport number or permanent unique ID of your country. Enter passport. I advise you to enter passport here. Then inside the application form, you have something like passport number, national identity number. So yeah. So here, this is the user manual. This is the user manual. Perhaps we just have to check the user manual. Sorry, it's kind of heavy. It takes a little bit time. So this is the user manual. If it deems necessary to check on the user manual, you can go ahead. You don't need to worry about this. This was 2021, so it means it was provided last year. So you see, as of 6 September 2021. So since the information didn't change, so they didn't update this, so you don't have to worry yourself. So here, this is the scholarship scheme. You have country-wise allocation of scholarship slots, scholarship admission process flow chart, the recipients of alumni award, testimonials. So these are very important. There are links you can just able to access. And here you see you have the salient features scholarship of ICCR. So yeah, you can just visit the user manual and check. I think it will help you to apply the application in a very timely manner, and without having such problems that might hinder your applications in the near future. So today, this was the application I have for you, and yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Please do not forget to subscribe, say a like and comment. Thank you.